Do we climb? Do we climb? What is your phone number? What is your phone number? Can it renew 2 weeks? Can it renew 2 weeks? I will not care. I will not care. I want to know more about your company. I want to know more about your company. They have never been to Asia. They have never been to Asia. Can I use my smartphone for payment? Can I use my smartphone for payment? Should they embroider every year? Should they embroider every year? Our children were wrestlers. Our children were wrestlers. Can't be replaced after one day? Can't be replaced after one day? He was watching a movie on his laptop. He was watching a movie on his laptop. I'm very relieved. I'm very relieved. When the teacher asks a question, raise your hand to answer it. When the teacher asks a question, raise your hand to answer it. We have to finish before the time runs out. We have to finish before the time runs out. We had sushi for lunch. We had sushi for lunch. The movie was too scary for me to watch it to the end. The movie was too scary for me to watch it to the end. Can you help me carry these bags, please? Can you help me carry these bags, please? Not installer after one night? Not installer after one night? Where can I find canned tomatoes? Where can I find canned tomatoes? I won't get it in a minute. I won't get it in a minute. What food do you usually eat? What food do you usually eat? His brothers were translators. His brothers were translators. I want you to go home. I want you to go home. Can we talk after you and I make plans? Can we talk after you and I make plans? I will meet my friend tomorrow. I will meet my friend tomorrow. I've never seen him before. I've never seen him before. I am not bothered. I am not bothered. Can it be diversified at noon? Can it be diversified at noon? I am the owner of this property. I am the owner of this property. Can't you normally get along? Can't you normally get along? We didn't talk to each other like that. We didn't talk to each other like that. They will be leaving for their vacation next week. They will be leaving for their vacation next week. We also serve beer and wine. We also serve beer and wine. Understanding. Understanding. He studies for his exams in the evenings. He studies for his exams in the evenings. They become cops every week. They become cops every week. Insecure. Insecure. All tickets are sold out. All tickets are sold out. Bread maker is making fresh bread for breakfast. Bread maker is making fresh bread for breakfast. To lend. To lend. Were their grandchildren bus drivers? Were their grandchildren bus drivers? This issue is linked to the previous one. This issue is linked to the previous one. The store had sold the product before I could buy it. The store had sold the product before I could buy it. She is a talented gymnast. She is a talented gymnast. Will you settle in now? Will you settle in now? We cannot reduce. We cannot reduce. I have too much faith. I have too much faith. They came in the afternoon. They came in the afternoon. Shouldn't they hide at sunset? Shouldn't they hide at sunset? We were just sitting and getting ready to eat. We were just sitting and getting ready to eat. Although it is difficult, we must overcome it. Although it is difficult, we must overcome it. The movie was worse than I expected. The movie was worse than I expected. Susanna didn't say anything to you. Susanna didn't say anything to you. When I was little, my parents made me take piano lessons. When I was little, my parents made me take piano lessons. Purchased every week. Purchased every week. They come ashore once a month. They come ashore once a month. I'm thinking of taking a photography trip. I'm thinking of taking a photography trip. They traveled to many countries. They traveled to many countries. Your family was president. Your family was president. We went canoeing on the lake and saw beautiful views. We went canoeing on the lake and saw beautiful views. The house is out of the reach of manpower. The house is out of the reach of manpower. I need to get something to eat. I need to get something to eat. They can run a marathon in under 3 hours. They can run a marathon in under 3 hours. If I had more energy, I would exercise every day. If I had more energy, I would exercise every day. We may not allow it every year. We may not allow it every year. I listen to all the topics because I want to understand them all. I listen to all the topics because I want to understand them all. When do I clean my room? When do I clean my room? Give birth. Give birth. Same kind of. Same kind of. Where can I find the payment line? Where can I find the payment line? I need to work. I need to work. It's a bit like your Spanish paella. It's a bit like your Spanish paella. He has traveled to more than 20 countries. He has traveled to more than 20 countries. My neighbor is a barber. My neighbor is a barber. He wrote at noon. He wrote at noon. How often do they go on vacation? How often do they go on vacation? They are not ignored after 1 week. They are not ignored after 1 week. Can he fix it later at 1 a.m.? Can he fix it later at 1 a.m.? They want to explore the city. They want to explore the city. Provide proof that you are right. Provide proof that you are right. Doesn't it work often? Doesn't it work often? Can't it burn next year? Can't it burn next year? Was your friend a gardener? Was your friend a gardener? Can it sell normally? Can it sell normally? Could you pass me the salt, please? Could you pass me the salt, please? They can't build every month. They can't build every month. We adopted a cat to keep a pet at home. We adopted a cat to keep a pet at home. I will cook dinner tonight. I will cook dinner tonight. I like to read books in my spare time. I like to read books in my spare time. Filled 4 minutes ago? Filled 4 minutes ago? The handheld vacuum is great for cleaning up small messes. The handheld vacuum is great for cleaning up small messes. How incredible! How incredible! He set up a YouTube channel to share his DIY projects. He set up a YouTube channel to share his DIY projects. My son was a senator. My son was a senator. Is there someone I can call for you? Is there someone I can call for you? They want to buy a new camera for photography. They want to buy a new camera for photography. Can he choose from time to time? Can he choose from time to time? They went to the beach last weekend and had a great time. They went to the beach last weekend and had a great time. He will retire in 5 years. He will retire in 5 years. You are not developing normally. You are not developing normally. I think we need to find some solutions. I think we need to find some solutions. Were their cousins decorators? Were their cousins decorators? Both parties must come to a mutual agreement. Both parties must come to a mutual agreement. He died when I was 8 years old. He died when I was 8 years old. My stepsister is moving. My stepsister is moving. Can they talk sometimes? Can they talk sometimes? Then it will not be capped at 1 a.m. Then it will not be capped at 1 a.m. I love taking photos. I love taking photos. Am I a rower before? Am I a rower before? I prefer old movies to new ones. I prefer old movies to new ones. How many words do you need to speak a language? How many words do you need to speak a language? What a coincidence. What a coincidence. Hello everyone. I'm Tony from Turkey. Hello everyone. I'm Tony from Turkey. Did you do it? Did you do it? There is no pen on the table. There is no pen on the table. He was taking pictures of the beautiful scenery. He was taking pictures of the beautiful scenery. How lively. How lively. His brothers are lawyers. His brothers are lawyers. He felt alone in the crowd. He felt alone in the crowd. Will I not cook often? Will I not cook often? Your wife was a diver. Your wife was a diver. We are not cardiologist for 2 weeks. We are not cardiologist for 2 weeks. We had 3 commissioning jobs. We had 3 commissioning jobs. They would not affect. They would not affect. Constant. Constant. I was saving up for a new car. I was saving up for a new car. He fixed the car. He fixed the car. The article explores the effects of social media on young people. The article explores the effects of social media on young people. Flowers were planted in the garden. Flowers were planted in the garden. Your wife was a marketer. Your wife was a marketer. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. It's a rainy day. It's a rainy day. I have booked a vacation for the next month. I have booked a vacation for the next month. How many countries are there in the world? How many countries are there in the world? As we talked. As we talked. Are your relatives hairdressers? Are your relatives hairdressers? This is the oldest tree in the park. This is the oldest tree in the park. Crab salad. Crab salad. It develops next year. It develops next year. Shall we open? Shall we open? The team is working hard for the championship. The team is working hard for the championship. If I want to keep up with it, I will need to start strengthening my exercise routine. If I want to keep up with it, I will need to start strengthening my exercise routine. She is baking a cake. She is baking a cake. We are aware of this. We are aware of this. Are you depressed? Are you depressed? He will buy a new house. He will buy a new house. I cooked a delicious dinner. I cooked a delicious dinner. It's not like you. It's not like you. We went to the beach to enjoy the sun. We went to the beach to enjoy the sun. Can I get help carrying heavy items? Can I get help carrying heavy items?